Thanks for joining us for the Kehillat Shari Torah Halacha review for Tuesday, September 22nd. We're speaking about the laws of Sukkot, the laws of Sukkos. In particular, Kitzur Shulchan Aruch now is going to address the topic of eating in the Sukkah on the first night of Sukkot, which is an obligation. It's a mitzvah, and we're obliged to eat in the Sukkah on the first night. It's required that we eat in the Sukkah not less than a kazayas of bread, the amount of bread you would need to eat to say Birkat HaMazon, ounce, a little bit more than an ounce or so. And even if you suffer discomfort, you are obligated to eat in the Sukkah. So if it's too cold, or if it's snowing, if it's raining, and it seems it'll stop, if it's raining and it seems it'll stop in an hour or two, you should wait to say Kiddush and eat in the Sukkah, and then conduct your meal as best you can in the Sukkah. If it appears the rain is not stopping, it's an unending mabul out there, it's a flood, and you waited and it didn't stop, then you should say Kiddush in the Sukkah, which you'll be standing there in the rain. You'll wear your raincoat maybe, not with an umbrella because then you won't be in the Sukkah, you'll be under the umbrella. But put a raincoat on and put a hat on somehow or other and make Kiddush out there and say She'achiyanu. And when you say She'achiyanu, have in mind that it applies to the Sukkah also. However, you do not say Leishev B'Sukkah because you're exempt from the mitzvah of Sukkah, because someone who is made uncomfortable by eating in the Sukkah is exempt therefrom. That's called Hamitzta'er Patur Min HaSukkah. So you don't say the bracha Leishev. What do you do then? You wash your hands, you say make hamotzi and eat a kazayas of bread, about an ounce or so of bread, right away. Then you go into the house to eat the rest of the meal. You should keep in mind when you're washing your hands and saying hamotzi that you're going to start the meal in the sukkah, but you're going to continue the meal in the house. Now, let's say you did that. Let's say you're dining away in your dining room, wishing you were in the sukkah, but then it stops raining. So if it stops raining before you said Birkat HaMazon, you should go back to the sukkah, and now it's not raining anymore, you can make the bracha Leishev B'Sukkah, and then eat a little bit more bread, and then you could say Birkat HaMazon. If it stops raining after you said Birkat HaMazon, you also go back to the sukkah, wash your hands again, eat again, say Leishev B'Sukkah, and say Birkat HaMazon. This is all applying on the first night because it is a Torah commandment to live in the sukkah as you would in your house. In other words, to eat there. If after the rain has stopped, water is dripping from the schach into your sukkah, and there's a sukkah in a different house in your neighborhood where there's not water dripping, you can go over there and ask them if they'll invite you in, and you'll eat with them and enjoy a meal there in good spirits. Okay, so that's all to do with the first night of Sukkot. Join us again tomorrow when we'll speak about what the difference is between the first night and the second night of Sukkot. Have a good day.